to get out of their ground. So the crowd roar and they're away for the 2004 Gala Casinos daily record Scottish National, 27 fences, and the greys early on hold sway. Grey Abbey, Bally Brophy, Hersov with Midland Flame out towards the centre of the course with Tyne and Tyne again. Rodalco's taken wide with Kerry Lads as the leaders prepare to rise at the first. And the field just about over. At the back of the field we've got a faller, and it could have been Simply Supreme. Simply Supreme is a faller at the first. So Simply Supreme is out of the race at the very first fence as the remaining runners make their way over the second, where there were no casualties. Sir Frost is well back through the field. Also Desai is a long way back, but it's Grey Abbey who leads them on towards the third. From Bally Brophy, Tyne and Tyne again, Midland Flame. Eyes from Kerry Lads, who stepped at that fence from Hersov. Again, the rest of the field are all over safely. Sir Frosty is right at the back of the field. Proper Squire is another one who's well back as they already reach fence number 4. Again, all of the leaders are over safely. The back markers over it to Desai, Sir Frosty, as Grey Abbey already well strung out. There's a good 50 lengths first to last here, and in these conditions it's going to be punishing. Grey Abbey from Midland Flame, Eyes Kerry Lads. A mistake by Tyne and Tyne again, racing about 7th or 8th. The stragglers over it. It's quite well back through the field at this point. Tipsy Mouse, as they begin the turn back towards home, gather their thoughts on this run towards the line of 4 fences. So it's the Grey Abbey who's out in front by 2 lengths from Eyes, Bally Brophy, Midland Frame, and Kerry Lads with the nosebands out wide. Then comes Hersov, racing in midfield is Maximise at this stage. Stormis is another one who's quite well back as Grey Abbey leads them towards the first and the straight, which Eyes gets in very close. Hersov wasn't very fluent, neither was Mr. Banjo. But so far, the only casualty appears to be Simply Supreme, who got no further than the first. So Grey Abbey leads them up the straight. Is going to rise 4 lengths clear from Eyes. Again, the field are over. Granite Destraval made a mistake there in mid-division, went towards the outside of the field as Grey Abbey leads them on towards the next up the straight, which is another open ditch. Grey Abbey from Eyes. Again, just watching the field over. Midfield, Mr. Woodentop's well back. Lord Noley, Stormes has about 6 behind, and they include Chiquelo, Desai, Lord Noley, Proper Squire, and also towards the rear is Sir Frosty. Over this fence, still with 2 complete circuits after this to go, and it's Grey Abbey wearing his heart on his sleeve, who leads the Scottish National field by 3 lengths from Eyes. 3 lengths to Kerry Lads within 4th Rodalco, and a length in 5 to Bally Brophy. There's 2 lengths back to Carry On Harry. 3 to Maximise. Midland Flames lost his early spot and is in mid-division on the outside of Hersov. Exit to Wave, Tyne and Tyne again, and Lust to Gadoo. Then a break of 6 lengths to Tipsy Mouth with Smarty and Granite Destraval. 4 lengths to Justin Dett, who races about 8 from the back, including behind him Mini Sensation with Mr. Banjo. Also well back through them is Makato, Chiquelo and Desai at this stage, and still towards the rear Sir Frosty, Proper Squire and Mr. Woodentop as they swing left-handed. And Native Emperor is also well back in the field at this stage, racing about 4 from the back. The only casualty during the first circuit was Simply Supreme, who got no further than the first. So they're continuing their progress, still with 2 complete circuits to travel. And out in front is Grey Abbey with a circuit under their belts as they take fence number 10. By 2 lengths from Kerry Lads. Again, watching the stragglers over it. Native Emperor is 3rd last and ridden along at this stage. So the favourites haven't had a happy first circuit as Grey Abbey leads them over the next with Kerry Lads. Eyes races in 3rd place. They're very well strung out. Stormes is well back. A mistake in rear by Lord Noley. And right at the back of the field, Proper Squire was a faller, so Proper Squire becomes the second casualty. So Grey Abbey leads Kerry Lads and Eyes over the next. From Bally Brophy, then comes Rodalco, who races in 5th place. Again, they're still well strung out, and the stragglers over it are okay. So it's Grey Abbey who leads by about 3 lengths from Kerry Lads, Eyes, Rodalco, Bally Brophy. Then Hersov from Maximise, Granite Destraval is beginning to get into it. There's Native Emperor right in the background. He's 2 from the back at this stage, still with a lawful lot to do, but they've still got a long way to go, and we're only just approaching halfway. So it's Grey Abbey by 2 lengths. From in 2nd, Kerry Lads. Eyes races in 3rd. Mr. Banjo took that by the roots. Mini Sensation made an error. May have caught a glimpse of the blue cap of Stormes, and several are finding this very, very hard work as they continue down towards the halfway stage and back towards home. Mr. Woodentop has been pulled up towards the rear of the field, so he's yet another casualty as well strung out. Grey Abbey leads the turn back towards home. from Kerry Lads racing in second place. Kerry Lads rises just ahead of Eyes in third. Valley Brophy fourth from Maximise, who's running quite a kind race. Tyne and Tyne again has been pulled up at the rear of the field. He's another one who's out of contention. As Grey Abbey, who's set them all a merry dance, leads by 2 lengths from Kerry Lads. Eyes giving a bold sight with Rodalco, then Maximise, exit to Wave, and Granite d'Estravalle is working into it with Carry On Harry racing in about 8th or 9th. Luzcadoo races in mid-division as they rise to the next, which Eyes takes a very heavy fall on the outside. So Eyes is out of the race amongst the stragglers. Midland Flames lost his spot. Mini Sensations tailed off. Also completely tailed off is Chiquelo. And Native Emperor's a mile back as over the next Grey Abbey is 4 lengths clear from Kerry Lads. Maximise has worked his way through the field into third, then Valley Brophy in 4. 3 lengths to Granite d'Estravalle, a length to Rodalco. Exit to Wave ridden along. Tipsy Mouse in 9th on the outside of Carry On Harry, 6 to Hersoff. Another 2 lengths to Smarty, then Luzcadoo. Mercato makes ground with Justin Det. Desai still standing 20 lengths off the lead, 4 lengths to Mr. Banjo, 6 to Lord Noley, a length to Midland Flame, 8 to Native Emperor and Stormes and Mini Sensation. They're a mile back, then Sir Frosty. Chiquelo's last of those still standing. Mike, they've gone a furious pace up front and they're just beginning to bunch and pause for breath.
Running them off, Richard. I've noticed that Granite d'Estravalle on the outside, the Blue Sleeves, is running a big race. Stormes has always been up there as well. And look at Tipsy Mouse. Trevor Hemmings in the black cap has been just stalking these leaders, travelling really, really well. Looks as though Exit to Wave's about to backtrack here as well. Fascinating race. Midland
Flame's been pulled up at the back of the field. Indeed, quite a few of them don't look as if they're going on much further at the rear as Grey Abbey leads Kerry Lads over the next from Valley Brophy in third. Maximise under pressure from Granite d'Estravalle. Tipsy Mouse, the well-backed horse, is working his way into it. Then comes Carry On Harry from Exit to Wave. 3 lengths to Smarty, a length to Hersoff, 2 to Desai, who from a long way back is also beginning to make a little bit of ground, although he didn't jump that too well with Mercato. Mini Sensation is one of those that's pulled up. Stormes and Native Emperor continuing, but are completely tailed off as very well strung out. Grey Abbey with an extending advantage again comes towards the ditch. He soars over it from Kerry Lads. Granite d'Estravalle in third. 8 lengths back to Maximise, who shows in 4th place. There's then 5 to Carry On Harry, who's joined by Tipsy Mouse. Exit to Wave on the outside of Carry On Harry, who's racing at about a 7th or 8th, just preceded by Valley Brophy. Desai is staying on from the back of the field, is in about 9th with 25 lengths to find. Then comes Smarty, Never in Debt is behind these, 6 lengths back to Hersoff, as Grey Abbey, Kerry Lads and Granite d'Estravalle are the leading trio over the last on the far side, and these 3 are a long way clear in the Scottish National. Maximise is in 4, Tipsy Mouse in 5, then Valley Brophy. Desai staggering on, and surely it concerns these front 3 who are a long, long way clear. At the back of the field, just pulled up, I think, as Stormes and also Native Emperor is continuing, but a long, long way behind. So turning back towards home, and can Grey Abbey, who's got such a fantastic record here, provide a national double for Graham Lee? Granite d'Estravalle looking for his own national double in second place. Kerry Lads 4th last year, now just feels the pinch, and they remain clear from Maximise. Down towards the 3rd last, and Grey Abbey at the place he loves is 7 clear from Granite d'Estravalle in second. Back in third is Kerry Lads. Maximise in 4th. They're finishing very tired, and Grey Abbey is being waved past. It took a late decision there with the disc, and that's allowed Granite d'Estravalle to come and join him. So Grey Abbey forced to change course violently. Can he regather momentum? Granite d'Estravalle throws down a challenge. This is the last. Grey Abbey, the inside. Granite d'Estravalle has fallen. That's the last. Went right alongside, and that will leave Grey Abbey in splendid isolation. 10 times he's been to air, 6 times he's been victorious, and today is the biggest of all. Grey Abbey wins the Glasgow Casinos daily record Scottish Grand National and completes the national double for Graham Lee. Kerry Lads is all out to repel Maximise 2nd and 3rd. Tipsy Mouse in 4th, Smarty 5. Stormes got round and ran through beaten horses for 6. Valley Brophy, Carry On Harry in 8, then Exit to Wave. They are the only ones to finish. And Graham Lee for Howard Johnson on Grey Abbey, and he would have been a desperately heartbreaking loser because he had to veer violently at the second last. There were only 1 set of discs put in the centre of the fence, and it took a long time for him to realise that he had to swing outside the fence. Grey Abbey lost momentum. Granite d'Estravalle drew alongside and still had every chance when falling at the last, but Grey Abbey has defied 11 stone, 12 pounds to win the Scottish National.
Well, there's a real story here. Graham Lee has not only just won the Scottish National, he's got the Aintree and Scottish National double up. And ironically, it's Grey Abbey's former partner, Brian Harding, on Granite d'Estravael, who's been denied in the closing stages. The Grey, bold jumping Grey, set a terrific gallop from end to end, which had a lot of them in trouble a long way out. But Granite d'Estravael showing no signs of fatigue at all, and they got flagged round the second last fence. And here it looked as though Granite d'Estravael was beginning to really dig deep here and getting Grey Abbey in real trouble. The two of them kicking clear of Kerry Lads, who's run a terrific race again for the second year running. And he just didn't rise at all. Had absolutely no chance there. Gutting for Granite d'Estravael and Brian Harding. But Grey Abbey, most popular 10-year-old chaser, now trained, of course, by Howard Johnson, giving Graham Lee an historic double in the race. I think probably the first time since Brian Fletcher, of course, completed the double on the Great Red Run 30 years ago. The horses are up okay, which is the good news. Horrible fall for Brian Harding and Granite d'Estravael, just didn't pick up at all. Well, as we said, he's a popular horse, Tanya, and he's extremely popular with you. He's one of your favourites, isn't he? Well done.
Well, I'm still trying to catch my breath. I should think everyone around me ran away. I've been screaming my guts out, come on, Graham, for the last mile. But the winner, number one, Grey Abbey, at 12 to 1. Second, the gallant Kerry Lads, once again an each-way coup at 33 to 1. He was fourth last year at 40 to 1. Second this year at 33 to 1. Third was number 8, Maximise, at 28 to 1. And a good run by Tipsy Mouse, well backed into fourth place.